Hello my friends, this is Dave FX with the Forex market preview for the next week, Monday, September 10th till Friday 14th. Just let's quickly look at the data, what we're gonna have next week. As everyone knows me, how I trade is that I put zero value to the news because I believe that the market is all bank cartels, manipulation, and they just use the data to fake out the people. But we will quickly just look when we can expect some volatility. So let's start with the Monday. It's gonna be some pound news at 10:30. Tuesday is nothing extra, just GDP average earnings, 3 months average index. And what is as well important maybe is gonna be the Draghi speaking. However, he's always dovish, and there's gonna be the data from the pound on the Thursday important, and for the pound as well the carne on the Friday. What else could move the market could be the CPI data from the inflation data from the US and core retail sales for the US on the Friday. So this is basically everything for the news, and so let's check the charts as usually. So let's start with the dollar index. The dollar index last week it moved. It was moving sideways, and I was actually posting that I'm expecting market to retrace into the level of interest where I will be interested to take a long, which didn't happen because I was expecting market to drop all the way down, but it didn't happen. Market reacted on this daily trend line and moved market higher, which happened after the non-farm payrolls, and I expect the dollar will be strengthening all the way up. However, what could still happen is that what's happened here, market was moving higher, we removed the supply zone but then dropping lower, removed demand zone which created new supply zone, I didn't draw it, market moved back, retraced, moving down, and now it's moving back. Actually on the lower time frame, on the 4 hours, so we could have a trend line like this. And what still could happen is that the market could drop lower, because when on the Friday was released positive data for the US, a lot of people took these longs. So they have probably longs, they could have an average position somewhere here, so stop losses will be probably somewhere here. So when the market will be dropping lower, if it will be dropping lower, a lot of people will start to shorting, and these stop losses will be taken out. There will be some shorts, and then from this level the market makers can retrace back. So this is a little bit too much further, too much complicated, but this is what I still can believe it could happen. However, I have already the trades on the other trades, other pairs, so let's look at it. So this is the gold. Gold is still moving on the sideways. There is some sideways action. This is a 4 hours chart. On the daily we have a sideways action. It's moving nowhere, but what I expect, as I expect as well, the strong dollar, I think here is a lot of stop loss clusters above these levels. So what could happen is something like that. I still expect this to happen, and we will see if this will happen. So let's wait what the next week will bring us. So this is the Euro USD, Euro dollar. It's this is I still expect it to drop, which already is happening. Last week we had this nice movement down, and when this pin bar occurred here, a lot of people around all social medias, they was posting, the longs. But the thing is, okay, pin bar, it's very nice candle, but you must be thinking in the big picture, because you can see that you have a pin bar on the daily chart, but look at the weekly, you have a weekly downtrend, yes, and the monthly we have a consolidation, and the supply zone is in the control, which is pushing the market down. So the pin bar, yes, but this is nice pin bar, yeah, you have pin bar on the downtrends and on where the force is down, so this is okay, but this is a counter trend pin bar, it's not gonna for a long time. Or this pin bar is very nice, This is the pin bar, which is exactly in the supply zone. So this pin bar, it has value for me if it's on the way down. But I don't trade the pin bars. I was just telling explaining why a lot of people are gonna get loose after this pin bar. Okay, so euro dollar definitely shorts. Euro pound, here is a little bit different situation. Overall, it's as well on the monthly we have a supply zone which is pushing price lower, and we are still moving in this something like a range, you know. But we have touched this, we have removed this demand zone, and this demand zone is already touched, and we had some small bounce. So price is now actually between this supply zone and between this demand zone. So what do I expect is in this case, I will not take any trade. If market comes here, I will be more than happy to take a shorts, because we have this weekly supply zone, and the price is pushing lower, as I said. So definitely for this one, I will not do anything yet. I will be interested to trade here, because what is market doing? We can see that we have this, and most of the traders, they was maybe could think that this is already beginning of the trend. However, if the trend line is broken, okay, we have a broken trend line, but the trend is still not changed till this supply zone will be removed, and on the weekly it's still downtrend. So this is what I expect. Only to take a short now, it's early for me, because I still believe that these stop losses which are above here will be taken out and then short down. So on the pound, I'm still waiting. This is the Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollar is a strong downtrend as on the all pairs, and we can see that it's still this trade we had actually this trade from here. It was very nice, and it's now testing in these demand. So what could possibly happen could be some bounce up, but maybe not. Maybe the market makers will not give a chance, because we can see I didn't explain that this green line and this red line, this is the average positions of the retail traders. So you can see that we have a 12% retail traders on the shorts with the average entry somewhere here, and 87% on the longs with the average entry under here. So as I said, that I believe that the market is all the bank cartels, manipulations. So where do you think they will move the price if the positions of the retail traders are like this? So if just 12% people will be winning if they moving price lower, and 87% will be losing, this is definitely where they will go. So I'm sure that this will drop lower as well. The COT data confirms that, but about the COT I will post another video. So the next one is US CAD. US CAD, we have a nice break of this monthly downtrend line, but this is not any strong break. However, there is a 3 candles already closing above, and on the weekly we have this tested demand zone, and the price is starting to move higher with the strong dollar. We have a nice 77% retail traders in the short, so it's pretty good number to go up. However, I still believe that we can see this dollar correction after this NFP. So maybe it could come to retest this trend line. On the daily chart it looks like on the trend line, but on the 4 hours chart, here is the zone. So we can see these 2 candles, and we can see this one. So here is the zone. Yeah, so basically this one was retested. Basically it could still move higher, but let's see how the market makers will prepare it for us. So definitely Monday I will not trade. I will let them to do what they need to do, and then I will be checking what they're doing. But still, here could be some stop losses, and the market could come lower to check them like this. And you can see this volume. this volume candle, this one. So here will be a lot of orders which could be tested, and it's in confluence on the daily with the trend line and on the 4 hours with this demand zone, with this one. The 4 hours chart I use the yellow one. The next one is Japanese yen, US JP. So we have similar like a cat. We've been moving around this trend line, which is being slowly broken. We have this tested demand zone, sorry, and potentially we could expect to move higher. However, what I see here as well is that we have this untested demand zone, so, and the price is moving higher now. So the market makers are actually picking up the more bears before they drop the price lower. So as we can see, the numbers are now 55.44, so it's not still enough to make a nice move. So basically what I expect is that maybe they could move higher first and then drop the price lower, because I already realized that when the market is moving up, the bulls are entering the game. So the retail traders, they mostly chasing the market. So let's see, let's wait here. It's not clear in this scenario, but if the market drops lower, I will be interested into getting longs. This is the US dollar franc. So we have this 3 months uptrend. Monthly trend line is broken up, then down again, retesting this trend line. And on the weekly, we have this supply zone which broke, which is breaking lower, and the price is now in the I'm sorry for that, in the middle of nowhere. So if it will be dropping lower, which I expect that it's gonna happen, because this is like this typical scenario I spoke in other videos, that the price is dropping lower, then the market makers start to do, you know, this double bottom or whatever, and they start to move it higher, but they don't move from the level, you know. So they basically maintaining the level here. Then they start to, you know, draw these you know, price actions, and when they attract more bulls, which they're gonna do, they will need more percentage. Then they drop the price lower. When the bulls are gonna have the stop losses below the low, as it's gonna be dropping lower, they will attract more bears, the breakout traders, and then totally reverse the price here. So this is, I think, what is going on, what is being playing here, and I just expect for my good opportunity for me. So I just put the alarm, and I will be waiting, as I'm doing it always. So the next one will be, this is the Aussie cat. Okay, so let's come to the crosses. So Aussie cat, it's dropping nicely, and this is the trade we had. This one is which I was posting in the Telegram channel. So those who was waiting patiently, and they took this trade, as we had as well in my signal service, but I made mistake. I closed the trade here. Sometimes happens that you plan the trade, but you don't have enough patience, or the market start to drawing the price action, that it start to looks like you know, the reversal. So yep, I'm not in the trade, but this trade is gonna happen, and I'm expecting it to drop into this zone, which is the zone which is the nested on all time frames. So if we look to the weekly, I have this green line here, and on the monthly as well. And so when the market drops these more, how many it is, let's say 50 pips, when it drops this 50 pips, I will receive the alarm, and then I will be thinking about to do anything, but till now we have weekly, monthly, daily downtrends, so I will be looking only shorts into the zone. If the market moves higher, and then I will be looking for the shorts till it comes into the level. This is the Aussie Frank. This one is dropping really hard. This monthly, weekly, daily downtrends. We have only 3% of the retail traders in the shorts, so, and the 96% in the longs, they're losing. So I expect this drop to even lower, as we have this monthly demand zone already tested once here. What's mostly happened when you have demand zone and it's tested, mostly the second test goes even deeper. So here is another potential, like let's say, how many it is? It's like 200 pips. But do I will take a short right now here on the low? No. What I will do, I will wait till the market comes into this. Actually, here I should have updated. Here is the supply zone on the 4 hours. It's not on the daily because it didn't remove this demand zone. But if the market comes here, I will be interested to take shorts, because simply look, this is around the average of these 3% traders. So if they just retrace here to attract more bears, and they will not give chance to these more bulls, sorry, they will not give chance to these bears get out from the trades, but they will start to close it maybe, or they will put more longs, and then they still can continue to go down here, because this is basically probably this is a probability of these average price stop losses are below this swing. Okay, so the next one is Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi, here is nothing extra happening. We have monthly uptrend, we have weekly uptrend, but we are in this demand zone which is tested very deeply, and so I will be waiting. If it breaks, it breaks. If not, then not. So I have actually already long trade, but it doesn't look so good now, because we still have a lot of people in the long, so the market makers will not be interested right now to go higher. So I will wait how my trade will be working. If it will not be working well, I will, in the worst case, I will get the stop loss 1%, but it's part of the game. This is the Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi, we have weekly downtrend. Monthly, we are in this, let's say it's called consolidation, so price can come into the supply zone, and on the daily we have a downtrend. We have 96% people losing, so if the price retraces higher here, I will be interested in taking shorts. This is the Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie is pretty, this chart is watched very hardly by every retail traders, and they like how high it is now, and they all expecting the shorts, but I'm still not interested in anything in this chart, because we have only 10% people in the longs, and market makers, they don't want to kill just 10%, they are like to be killing more than 20% or 30%. Then they start to do retracing just below the stop losses, you know, because if they have average entry here, stop losses could be somewhere here, and retracing market just for the stop losses and not let the win the market makers, it's good, but you need more than 10%. So this still could be rising. And if you look to this monthly chart, we have this monthly trend line and this 3 monthly, which is broken, and it's both tested, so it's going in something like this channel. It still can come higher, you know. So if I will be thinking, I will not be thinking now about the long, because it's already too high. Only in the case if it drops into this demand zone. If it drops here, I will be interested taking a long. But if I should go short, which I'm not thinking now about, that will need you know, at least this 4-hour trend line to be broken. But the numbers and everything what is behind the charts doesn't tell me to go short now. This is the euro pound. This chart is boring, it's nothing, it's like sideways. Yes, here was a nice trade up, but nothing extra now. This is the euro franc, it's shorted hard as well, similar situation. We have 88% traders losing, and here is still a lot of space to be filled up, and I believe this will be dropping, as I expect the euro to be very weak, and I expect market to come into this gap and into this demand zone. However, I'm not gonna take a short right now. I will be waiting for some retracement. So maybe on the 4 hours chart we can see we can see some levels. Here is the zone. We can see here is the zone. So if the market comes into this level, and first at least the touch this zone, then it comes here, then I will be interested into taking the shorts. But another thing is that a lot of people is already losing, so do they will give a chance? Maybe yes, maybe they can come just to take out these stop losses about these highs, you know. So you may be asking how I know that here is stop losses. You know, the thing is, I don't know, I don't have any clear data that there is stop losses, but the market behavior of the crowd is always very predictable, and it's in every stupid book about the Forex or any trading. It's like put the stop loss behind the high, you know, and it's mostly working, people having the stop losses here, and banks know it, so this is why they move the price there every time. This is the EuroCat. EuroCat is I don't like this monthly chart, because what I see here is the 3 months uptrend, monthly it's uptrend, and it's broke this trend line, and it's retesting on this one demand zone, which moved price higher. But on the weekly we have a downtrend, and we have retested this supply zone, which will be pushing price lower. And on the daily we have sorry, this is 4 hours. On the daily we have this bullish impulse after break of this trend line. So we have the bullish impulse, which created 2 demand zones, and we have more people in the short. So I don't know if the market makers want to move the price lower. Maybe yes, if they move it into this demand zone, then we could be possibly watching for the longs. However, taking a longs again the supply, it's not what I want to do. Maybe if the price comes higher here again, which could happen, because this could be as well this trick, as I said, they moved price lower, not from any level. A level is still here. So if they move the price higher first, then I will be interested to take a short, because then I have a force from the weekly zone, and on the daily, from the daily supply, which went down and created this new lower low. But the problem with which I have the problem is with this 3 months uptrend and the monthly, this one. So not any clear trade for me right now. This is the Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi, we have this trade, which is a beautiful trade. We entered exactly here above this cluster, where I was expecting the stop losses of the retail traders. But I don't think the chart this could drop too much, because we have this monthly uptrend, we have weekly downtrend, which is fine, but there was this supply zone was not retested, so there is not full force to downside. So we have the trade, it's moving down, and I will be taking the profits around this level 1265. Next one is Euro Kiwi. This one is moving really high. The Kiwi is the weakest currency, and the Euro is not the strongest one, but this is moving really high, and we have monthly, weekly, daily uptrends. So there is no way to be looking for the shorts yet. So if the price retraces to the new daily demand zone, I will be taking longs. Till then, I'm not interested in the shorts. This is the pound Aussie. As well, the Aussie is very weak chart, very weak currency. So we have this monthly uptrend, we have this weekly broken downtrend, so we have the momentum shift, but we have this supply zone. So if this supply zone is removed, we need just a couple pips, you know, to remove this and this. Then I will be interested into taking the longs, because what's gonna happen when the market will make this move? If this make this move, that means that this zone will be new potential demand zone. So what's gonna happen is that you know, you can see that already 88% people are shorting. So when the market will be moving higher, we will see that the more bears will be interested in the trading. So this could rise maybe to the 25%. It will move higher, but exactly when they remove the zone, these numbers will be higher, and these numbers will be in that moment lower. But when they start to shorting down, so this higher percentage of the bulls start to losing when they start to moving price down, and this number will even rise even more, and then I will be looking for the longs, because then the price still could move the higher. So let's see. No, not any convincing yet. Next one is pound cat. Pound cat is beautiful chart for me, but I'm looking on the weekly chart to take a short from this supply zone, because what happened here, look at this weekly daily, sorry. So we have this downtrend, price is dropping lower, and then here is the zone, this is the zone. But what happened is that the market makers, they reversed price higher, but not from any level. So they actually attracting the bulls yet, and I'm expecting that they will drop it here below that level. And look at this level. This is this space which is here, and then I think that we could potentially see the deeper penetration of this monthly supply zone. So here on the weekly, I will be looking for the shorts around 1727 area on the pound cat. This is the pound yen. So what do we have here? We have this monthly is consolidation, but monthly supply zone is pushing price lower. If is it in the consolidation, it can come all the way down here. On the weekly, we have nice downtrend with the lower low, and tested supply zone. So this could be pushing the price lower as well. But on the daily, we have the downtrend. I must have a downtrend line like this, because I'm always connecting the low and the lower low. This low, this one is not lower than this one, so I need this peak. I have low, lower high, lower low, and this is my trend line here. So what I expect is, as I said, that I'm interested to taking the shorts, but not now, because I will not be shorting here in the middle of the between the middle of the supply and the demand. I'm not gonna taking shorts here. I will be interested to take short here. So if the price move higher, I will be waiting. I have alarm, so I'm waiting patiently now. This is the pound franc. Pound franc, we have this nice consolidation on the monthly, and we have this supply zone in the control, which is pushing price lower. It could drop all the way down, and we have this nice downtrend on the weekly. So if the price retraces to the supply zone, I will be shorting definitely. But right now, in this moment, as on the weekly, we have this downtrend line, aggressive downtrend line. I might be interested to take a long if this trend line is broken hard, and then I will be looking for the, with the new zone to go long. But it's not happening yet, and look at the percentage of the retail traders orders. There's 88% on the longs. There is no reason for the market makers to go higher. They will be pushing this price even lower. So if I will be looking for any trade, it would be only the shorts from this zone, because it's gonna be somewhere above the stop loss clusters here. So not any trade yet for me on this chart. Next one is pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi had a nice move up. You can see that in the comparison with the pound Kiwi and pound franc, we can see that the Kiwi is the weakest and the pound really has the power on it. So we can see break of this supply zone, or I can show you like this one, break of the supply zone, but still we have this high here. So this should be broken as well, but I think this is gonna happen, because if you look to the monthly, we have a nice uptrend with this nice consolidation. We had this nice consolidation. If we check the volume, I'm 100% sure. Sorry, must go back. So if we check the volume here, we can see that in this consolidation, we can see these candles always, you know, the volume rising. So when they move the price lower, they rise volume. When they bought on the low, they move. And I expect all these be filled up when the Kiwi will be broken and the pound still will be stronger than this. So Kiwi, pound Kiwi for me is definitely longs only, but I don't have the market in some good area. So I will be maybe interested only if they retrace the price a little bit lower. And the percentage as well, it's very nice to kill 84% of the traders against the 15. So pound Kiwi is longs. This is a Kiwi cat. Kiwi cat confirmed me in my theory, which I was talking about, and this is a beautiful example which happened as well on the social media in some Facebook pages where I am the member. So what was happening here? We have this monthly, weekly, daily downtrends, and this is it. So the market makers started to support the price just right above the demand zone. So basically what happened when the retail traders, when they saw the break of this trend line, they start to go longs. But if you look at this break is not any strong. So there is a lot of traders we start to go long. So we have 92% traders in the long and 98% in the short. So what's going to happen now is basically they supporting the price above the demand zone, then they drop it lower. So these traders, they have stop losses here, the traders which was trading in this level, so they will take these stop losses as well. There will be more traders interested when they will see the price dropping, so there will be traders which will jump into the shorts, but right here they will just start to move price, you know, higher. But if the price then come into this daily supply zone and the weekly, I will be interested in taking the shorts. So right now I'm just waiting to the price to come to my level, because I'm not interested to take short here just for this, because I will have to put stop loss here and it's not a good ratio. So this was Kiwi cat. Next one is Aussie Frank. This one is massive. We can see that sorry, it's not Aussie Frank, it's a cat Frank. Cat Frank. So we have this beautiful weekly supply zone in the control, because market came back down here, and now it's nicely retracing, and I believe it will be dropping all the way down, because which confirms me that. So we have 92% people are losing, and these people, they will definitely have stop losses somewhere here. So if this zone will be broken, I expect this drop lower. And we had the trade from here, from this supply zone in my group, and we took profit just right here. This is the shame, because the market was moving lower for a whole week, but anyway, better is to have money in the pocket than have them still there. But if the price retrace back into the supply zone, I will take another short. So this is for the cat Frank. This is the cat Yen. Cat Yen is as well the interesting chart. Here I was posting in my channel for the short trade, which actually happened, but it didn't happen with me. I was actually posting this trade when the chart was somewhere here, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, on the Monday, and it did not retrace into my level where I was interested to take short. Anyway, it happened, and I still believe that we could see potential move lower. But I will need to see the retracement first. Actually, this zone is wrong, because I have, you know, the volume candle is this one. So I will be interested to take a short, something like this. Not exactly. So because this 83% of the people which are in the trades right now, they've been maybe taking the trades when they saw this pin bar. This is a very good trick of the market makers. So they've been taking the trade as stop losses are here. So maybe, you know, move higher, fill up rest of the orders from this volume candle, and then boom, down. Okay, so this one I will add into my plan as well. This is the Franc Yen. This is the Swiss Franc Yen. So what do we have here is a nice uptrend and nice weekly uptrend as well. But what I don't like is that we are just right below this weekly monthly supply zone. So I will not take any trade of this zone because we are just below this monthly. But if it will be tested just a little bit touch and the market retrace into this weekly demand zone, then yes, then I'm interested to take it long. But not at this moment, because we have this demand zone from where the market start to move up. But the thing is that it did not retrace to, you know, to fill up rest of the orders and put more power. So in this one I'm waiting patiently, not interested into taking the longs, and the shorts would be counter trend, so I'm waiting. And this one is the Kiwi franc. So what do we have here? We have this nice monthly downtrend with this supply zone which was tested, so the rest of the orders was filled here, and now the price is pushed down by the market makers on the weekly. Beautiful low, lower low. So market is moving nicely down. Time frame, trend line on the daily as well, downtrend. You know, here's nothing to think about. Every retracement, just look for the shorts, and here is still another, let's say, 500 pips. This still could drop very low. Let's see, because Kiwi is very, yeah. And this is it. This is the last pair. This is the Kiwi Yen. I'm not trading this one. What else do I have here? Yeah, this is the oil, which I'm watching as well, but just watching, not trading. Okay, guys. So this is basically it, and I wish you happy weekend, and bye bye.